Hey, thank you so much for joining this webinar workshop. Inside of it, you're going to be learning some awesome stuff. So I appreciate you jumping on now. If now is not a good time, then please make sure that you check your email because I'm going to be sending you a link to this so you can access it anytime you want to. But make sure that you have something to take notes with when you're ready to go. And we're going to be getting into the training because hopefully I'm going to be showing you some stuff that you haven't learned before and that I know if you apply that will 100% change whatever it is that you're trying to do in business online, especially if you're trying to do e-commerce, okay? So let's jump into it. First of all, I just want to do a quick who I am and what I do. Back in 2010, I got laid off. The recession happened, and my name is Mikey Shattuck, and I was raised in Portland, Oregon. And I've been in e-commerce since 2007. I was working for an e-commerce company doing their customer service and operations. It was amazing. That went for a while and during the recession period, and then unfortunately got laid off and had to figure out what to do. At the same time, I just had my first child who was 2 months old right as I got laid off. So we had to move out of my apartment and move into my dad's house with him, with my wife and my daughter. And it was a horrible time, but it was a blessing, and I thank God for it because it allowed me to start a business and really have some time because I was collecting unemployment to be able to jump in and start actually figuring out what I wanted to do. So I had a little bit of time, I had a little bit of something that I could work with, and I decided to really try to figure it out. Then in 2012, I started a six-figure marketing agency and starting with video production primarily as the core offering, and then it developed into bigger things, which I'll get into later. I really started on my own on e-commerce in 2014. And then started doing coaching courses, mentoring, because I started producing content, teaching other people. And then from that, people started asking me, hey, do you have a course? Do you do coaching? Do you do mentoring? I've been doing that since 2016. And really, my overall goal, because I've had many goals along the way that I've met business wise, because my first goal back in 2010 was just to be able to make some money, obviously. Then I wanted to be able to work from home and spend as much time with my family as I wanted to, which I've been able to accomplish, which is by the grace of God and a ton of hard work. And my real goal now is just achieving 100% financial freedom to where I don't really have to work. And I'm not quite there. I mean, I'm not a millionaire, but I have an agency and I have a lot of good strategies that I know will help you. So, if you've ever had any challenges like wanting consistent online sales to get 100% freedom over your time, but lacking the strategy and experience to actually get it, I've definitely been there. I knew nothing about anything back in 2010. I knew nothing about, I knew sales, I knew a little bit of marketing, but I knew nothing about online marketing or e-commerce or anything like that. If you tried running ads or you currently are running ads now, but you're not actually really getting results, a ton of the people that I work with have been trying to piddle around with ads and figure things out, but they just keep spending money and not really getting anything for it at all. And really, if you are in need of a desperate strategy, like I was desperately in need of a strategy that would work for my business, and I'll get into that more about how I can use marketing to actually constantly generate sales predictably. I mean, that was a hard thing for me to really figure out, and for a lot of people to figure out. And so the goal is to get your advertising to turn into income on autopilot. And if that is something that you're looking for, I mean, I've been there, and this is hopefully what I can help address and fix for you in this webinar and this workshop. This is my first attempt at online e-commerce. This was way back in 2010, and it was called supercrema.com. It's not around anymore, and I didn't keep any pictures of the website or anything. That's crazy. My designer got rid of all the files too, so it's unfortunate, but It was a drop shipping website selling espresso machines that horribly failed horribly. I actually got two people that hacked me. And back then, setting up a merchant account, setting up your credit card processing, all that type of stuff was actually really, really hard. And it's so much more simpler now, which is incredible. You can do it in like a snap of a finger. And back then, you had to go through all different hoops and stuff. And I ended up getting like two machines scams from me by people that bought them with stolen credit cards and then lost and had to pay like $4,000 because they're $2,000 espresso machines. So that was a horrible failure. Then I tried to do a business where I wanted to do something focused on local businesses and help local businesses that make local stuff. And it was really awesome. And I got these guys here to model different shirts that were created by local designers that were supporting local charities. And then you could buy the shirt, and then all of this stuff would happen. So it's like this local centric kind of focused dealy bob. Unfortunately, I just had zero money to fund any of it, and I do nothing about paid advertising online. So I had a bunch of organic kind of marketing strategies and ideas and free traffic methods, blah, 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 but I really didn't know the depths of what I know today. And so that horribly failed as well. And my wife, bless her, allowed me to go through these processes and to figure this out. And so what I really decided on through the process of this business was that I wanted to do video production. I had been a computer geek and made music for a long time. And so I said I wanted to make videos. So I taught myself video production, got on YouTube, and then just started hustling, calling local businesses, and did a lot of work with big companies. Like this is Nike, this is the Jordan brand. I mean, I grew up like right down the street from the Nike World headquarters anyways, in Beaverton, Oregon. And then did a lot of work with local companies, like the videos below, which are like a local chiropractor, and just a ton of different types of work. Thousands of videos, honestly, that I've done for local businesses. This is just a small taste. And through this process, I really learned a ton about business. I learned a ton about execution. I learned a ton about what it takes to actually make six figures a year, because I did as soon as I started selling this service, and learning more about marketing. Because as I started doing more work for video clients, they needed websites. They needed like help getting the videos in front of people. And so the process was me learning that, getting them to allow me to use them as test subjects, and then I was sharpening my skills, developing my skills while being able to help my clients. And that's where it developed into a bigger kind of marketing agency. But my process in actually getting to get all of that knowledge and experience was by, first of all, I wanted to know who in the world was the smartest persons alive that were the first people to use the internet to make the most amount of money. So I went on this deep internet marketing guru search to figure out who are the biggest and the greatest gurus out there. Frank Kern was one of the biggest ones that I kind of gravitated towards. Dan Kennedy's kind of old school, but still one of the biggest ones. And then there was a bunch of newer guys and younger guys. Brendan Burchard, Jeff Walker was an old school guy. And I just got deep into all of this internet marketing kind of culture and psychology and mentality, and got deep into cybercybernetics and direct response, everything direct response copywriting. And then ended up choosing Frank Kern as the main guru guy that I thought would be the best to learn from. And so I paid $12,000 to go get coaching from him personally down in San Diego, and got one-on-one direct response coaching from Frank Kern, learning how to do direct response marketing from the guy that has made the most money and continues to make the most money, and just like a couple of years ago added on a business. So that's what I wanted to learn, was direct response marketing, because it works in many different niches, and I'll get into what that is and how that works. But from there, I started a social media marketing agency, an SMMA, because then I wanted to learn how to apply those principles to be able to directly help local businesses, directly sell products through Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and then help like Amazon sellers be able to use social media to sell their products and build a following like that as well. And that's when, from being able to listen to all these gurus, get deep into their culture, I also went through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of courses because I found a secret black hole on the internet that gave me access to hundreds and hundreds of courses that are all by the top gurus, and took all of their strategies and actually replicated them and applied them and figured out what was the best one to work for e-commerce, what was the best one for work for selling courses, for webinars, all these types of things, and figure out the best one that I thought was the accumulation of all of that that really makes the most sense for when you're starting out and when you want to turn paid advertising into income, when you want to start a business that you can have the most control over and the most possible profit margin. That's when I found this perfect product launch blueprint that I'm going to be covering the steps of in this workshop webinar today. Is really from that, I've been able to help hundreds of brands be able to apply this model to what they're currently doing or to a new product that they want to launch. If you're a new entrepreneur, you just want to start a business online, you use this model to launch. And it really guarantees that you're not going to waste any money that you spend, because you're always going to either get sales or an email subscriber. And the method is very, very simple for how you can go about doing that. So some results from some students by applying these methods in different ways was, one of them was Keegan, who he was one of my students who he didn't have any money for advertising, but he wanted to sell products. And he went through specifically Amazon to sell products. And what happened was we went after a trending product in a huge niche, and went and actually was able to build a 50,000 person email list in about 3 months. He gross profited in 6 months about $200,000 in sales, which net profited around $60,000 in sales in 6 months, which is actually really, really incredible. And he did all this by posting videos on YouTube and then having a link in the description that he was directing people to go and sign up to his email list. Then when he had a giant email list, he was able to launch with that email list. And you can do this really with any product. It's very, very simple. As long as you have a great offer, it's very enticing. You get a big approach to people. If you can jump on a very big popular product, then you can get a lot of attention very quickly, especially if you get it on at the right time. Now, for something that is a little bit more tangible and doesn't require you to create a bunch of content, like Keegan created a bunch of content in order for this to work. He didn't just do nothing. If you would rather not create a bunch of content, but rather just have advertising working for you and you're spending money on advertising, then this is a method. One of my students, David, who just a couple months ago actually signed up, and what's amazing is we private labeled a weight loss supplement and are within 3 months getting profitable sales. And I'm going to get into that and show you some real examples here later. But his Shopify store is getting an incredible conversion rate, and we have low amounts of traffic right now. I mean, we're not talking about hundreds of thousands of sales and hundreds of thousands of sessions. But what's amazing about this conversion rate is all we have to do is keep spending more money, and we know for sure because we've been monitoring this and have been really trying to focus on the ads to get them more and more. And the conversion rate is not going down; it's actually increasing, getting more and more solid. So we know that over time this will develop into a great thing, because he's only spending about $5 to $10 a day on advertising to get to this point. So it's amazing to be able to see how quickly you can get somewhere with such a low investment. But it does require a bit of work. You got to get a product ready to go, and we have a supplier lined up for you and everything, so you don't have to worry about what you need to do, and having somebody that's reputable and everything. The hardest part is just really having the patience because most people don't have a ton of money up front to spend on ads. The ways to really grow fast is to spend thousands of dollars on ads. a day. But most people don't have that. They could spend 10, maybe $20 a day on ads, and this is how you can get a really good result very quickly, is having low, slow, controlled spend. And we'll get into more of that later. So, the approach for what I'm going to be talking about, and I think the best way for you to have the clearest mindset of how this will work is it's based off of this old world, kind of new world approach in how you go about really starting a business or launching a product. And first of all, it's focused on the old way is really building an entire funnel before launching a product. And the new approach I'm going to show you is you build your email list first, and you only need 2 pages for that and one ad. While your email list is being built, you can then be working on private labeling your own product. But you have something that's happening for you while you're working on something else that's going to be a major asset for you. So you're building an asset while you're building an asset at the same time, which is great. The old approach is selling what you think will sell because it's a great idea. A lot of people just build businesses based off of their own ideas and build, hey, I think people will sell this. And what I'll show you for sure today is how to sell products that you can prove people are paying for, and prove people are actually buying, and prove that is incredibly popular. And then the old way is spending thousands of dollars up front testing products to find hot products. And trying to figure out the best way of doing that is very popular. And the drop shipping method is actually going about and doing that way, which is horribly annoying. And this way is you build an audience, and then you ask your audience what they want to buy. And then you sell that to your audience. I mean, that's the simplest method ever because it's based off of people, and people are the ones that have money, and that's who we're trying to get is money from people, right? So the most common mistakes is wanting to scale too fast. If you don't have a ton of money to spend on advertising, then you need to be committed for 12 months to a business model and be able to see it through if you want to actually be able to see something work out. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to spend money on ads here, spend money on ads here, and make it work. And then you want it to happen super fast and you'll get impatient and then not be able to see it through. So 12 months, you have to be able to consistently go after something of value for a long period of time in order to see it actually work. So the second most common mistake is complicating everything that you're doing. Having way overcomplicated advertisements, having way overcomplicated sales pages, having way overcomplicated landing pages, all that type of stuff. Don't do that. Just keep it super simple with everything you're doing. That is more of a direct response approach. It's easier to measure and it gets to the point faster. Not constantly testing everything is really the biggest thing that you need to understand is when you're using ads and when you're running ads, when you're trying to figure out how to turn ads and advertise into income, you have to be testing. And so the method I show you is how to test at a very small level, but test over many different audiences so that you can quickly see what's working and what's not working. So you're not going to waste a ton of money. But you have to keep going after this approach and have patience with it because you're not spending thousands of dollars, even hundreds of dollars a day on advertisements. And that's really all that is required for this business to work. The worst thing is bad branding and bad graphic design because your ads are really the only thing that it's going to get sales. So if you have ugly looking, annoying stuff that isn't actually interesting for people that are flicking through, then that's going to really it just annoys me. And so that's why we take care of that for you. If you end up joining our mentorship program, we design everything in all your ads for 12 months, so you don't have to worry about bad branding. But that's a big turnoff, and it really just keeps people scrolling through and scrolling by. And then obviously the biggest mistake is just giving up. Come on, you don't want to give up. Don't give up, okay? Because that is going to be the worst possible thing, especially if you do it for like 6-8 months and then you're like, oh, I don't think this is going to work. I mean, it is going to work. You will be getting sales within a couple months very easily, within hopefully at least 30 days, spending $5 a day. You can easily get sales, but you need to have everything lined up in place before that can happen. Here is the solution step by step. And then I'm going to go through that and then just jump over the internet and show you real examples so you can see here. The first thing is picking a niche in a product. And so what I recommend is going after big niches. I'm not scared of competition because I know a good launch plan into any niche, into any marketplace. And I want to know for sure that if I'm going to put a bunch of effort into actually selling the product, I want to know if it's popular. I want to know if people are going to find it attractive. People are going to want to buy it because I can see other people buying it. And all I have to do is just do a better presentation, a little bit different, better marketing than the competition. And if I have enough advertising spend, I can compete on the same level as the big players. But in the beginning, there's little tricks that I can show you. And so that's why we focus on building an email list. We do that when you don't have a product that you can use, as a giveaway or to sell, then you can just use your competitor's product. You give away whatever your competitor's product, and then you sell your own version of that to your email list. So the private label product that you would develop is closely, or if not the same one that you would be giving away in your giveaway that you're running to build your email list, right? And this also is building your Facebook pixel while you're working on developing, getting your labels made for your product and just getting a mock-up, getting something, because you just need pictures to sell your product. It doesn't matter how long it takes to ship your product. People will wait. You just really need pictures of something tangible that says it's your own, that has your logo on it, and then you can start running ads immediately, really. Then once you have your picture, once you have your product ready to go, you can actually have a Shopify site built, which we do for you. And you can, on average, we're getting 6% conversion rate. And that is then when you would start running ads for conversions. And you could either stop trying to do building your email list if you want, or you keep it going. We recommend you keep it going. It's just another thing to do and stay on top of, but it's up to you, of course, because you're spending money on ads. So you would have to be spending money on ads for email lists, $5 a day, ads for purchases, $5 a day, that's $10 a day. It's up to you. You can spend more, but you have to start at least there. Selling products via email and ads, then once you have an audience built, once you have an email list built, and going from there, very simply just emailing people every day saying something about your product, here's a link to go buy it, or here's a coupon to go get it on sale right now, right? So let's jump over to the web, and I'm going to show you here exactly what I'm talking about. So in front of me is a page that anyone has access to, everyone can go to, and what it is it's updated hourly. It's a page by Amazon. It's the Amazon bestsellers, and they list all of the bestsellers of every category of every product on the internet. So if you're looking to sell products, you want to sell products that are small when you're selling products online, mainly because of shipping. Shipping anything under a pound or half a pound is it's lightweight. All of this is common sense stuff, but it's important common sense stuff that makes you be able to pick a product that actually will be profitable for you. Lightweight is easier to ship. It's cheaper to ship. So what we're looking for is products that when we run ads are actually going to be very attractive to people very quickly. So which one of the best-selling products are going to be the most attractive to people if an advertisement was in front of them? And when we're looking at this page for supplements, it's number 12 right now. This product fluctuates between 5 and 12. And it has for years, but because it says 14-day cleanse on it and it's weight loss focused, there's no other product in the top bestsellers that have those two main qualifications of 14-day weight loss and it's weight loss focused, 14-day cleanse. So when someone sees that on an advertisement in front of them on social media, that's immediately going to immediately going to stop them more than it would anything else on this page, or most likely any other products, because it's promising something in a time base and it's alluding to that weight loss is involved in this and everybody wants to lose weight. So when you're going after something, that's what I recommend, is looking first of all on Amazon as the biggest player for what you're trying to do. And then what's really, really interesting is, I'll let this load and take a drink real quick, is this is an extension here called Jungle Scout Pro. And what it is it shows you all of the numbers that we can look at for Amazon product information. The only ones that are actually kind of real are the product ranking number. And then from that, based off of the category, they come up with their own ideas of what products are actually making in monthly revenue on a 30-day estimate. So that product, which is number 12, the 14-day cleanse, is making around a quarter of a million, 250,000, $259,034 a month in gross sales. So that is about that's about 20,000 units, 20,000 bottles a month. So, I mean, that's a ton. So, for me, this is how you prove the easiest and most clearest way what to sell and how to sell is you go look at what Amazon lists and their best sellers. You go look at what that means as far as the category. 'Cause not every best-selling category on Amazon is going to have these high of numbers. This is really high numbers. Like this collagen peptide is doing 1 million a month. This one, the number one. So that's incredible. But I know for sure people are interested in it. So I'm going to go after things that people for sure are interested in because it's a better gamble and a better risk, especially if you are spending a low amount of money on ads, right? So this is what I want to show you here is the ads, because once you get a store built, right, like this, and this is something that we would actually build for you if you're interested in joining our e-commerce mentorship program, which I'll talk to you about later. But this is a page that is actually getting 6.13% conversion rate based off of the last 90 days, and it's only had 2,600 sessions to the page. So incredible stats, which is amazing. Very simple page based off of a very popular theme that has one of the highest conversions of all time in all Shopify. So we know for sure that it works well. I've hacked it a little bit and kind of chopped it up and made it to where it's even better, in my opinion, for what we're trying to do. But that's basically right now, that's the only thing you need is this one page in order to sell this product. Everything else is irrelevant when it comes because Shopify takes care of all of your order management in the back end and everything. And then, obviously you get training on how to run that. But your ads are really what matters. So just yesterday, I wanted to show you. Yesterday we got 3 purchases. This ad set is performing very well, but we got 3 purchases at $1.67. So particularly with that product, I mean the cost on the product is about $6 or close to $7 shipped to the customer. So that's fantastic. I mean, that's what we want to keep going. But what we do is we only have $5 a day per ad set. And then this is how you really run ads and try to figure this out. The best way is $5 daily spend per audience. And what's really funny is the ad itself for all, I mean, I've doing this for quite a long time now and quite many ads, it's just the bottle. It's just the bottle itself of the product. Nothing fancy, nothing incredible, nothing too laborious, and it is working really, really well if you keep digging into the products themselves and getting it to where they are functioning and working and getting fantastic ROAS like 14.15, which is incredible. So that is really the ad focus is getting in there and doing a ton of different ad sets at $5 a day to test different ad sets, to test different strategies of getting the most amount of sales for the cheapest cost, which works really, really well across the board, and choosing a product that is for sure we know people will buy. This is how it works. And then running ads that are very simple but directly focused, and then having it all lined up to where it works. That is the simplest and the easiest way for you to start your own business. Online, private labeling, because you own your own logo. This is a product here that is exactly the same as the private label product that you could private label. We have a supplier that has the exact same ingredients and everything. So it's the exact same, pretty much the manufacturer. They won't tell us it's the same manufacturer, but it pretty much is. But this is the best-selling weight loss product, and you can easily choose any of these products here, right? You could do an MCT oil if you wanted to. You could choose any of these, but you have to remember that you want to do smaller, lighter, and then you want to do lightweight. So what I recommend is you start with, if you wanted to sell healthcare supplements, or you wanted to do this with any niche, you start with the most enticing, most interesting product, and then you actually transition and you sell other products. So you start with selling this 14-day cleanse, and then you start selling a collagen peptides to your customers, and you add it as a bundle or an add-on. But you start with this product to get people into your world, into your business, into your brand, and then you sell add-ons and multiple products like these, right? So just jump over to my presentation here. So that was basically going through, picking a niche in a product, building an email list by choosing any of those products on a bestseller page, and then giving that away for free by running ads, giving that away. I can show you a ton of examples of those. That's very simple to do and easy to do. And you can get email subscribers for about 30 to 50 cents a piece. So, and you could do that, start that happening within an hour. That's very simple to do, but it helps build something while you're developing your own private label product. And then once you have that product ready to go, you can get a Shopify site built. We do that for you, or you just build one yourself. Get it to where it's converting highly, and then start selling your product via ads and emails, right? So now what I want to talk to you about is, at this point, you have two options. You can either go at it alone and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to figure this out, getting frustrated and wasting 3 to 10 years of your life trying to figure out how to do all of this, or you can learn through a proven system from somebody who has not just done it, but truly mastered it, and has, I'm not saying I'm the best in the world at internet marketing, but I know for sure this process and launching this product and getting this working for you, I'm one of the best in the world at it. So this is what I want to introduce to you, is the e-commerce mentor program, the Ecom mentor program. What it does is it's a step-by-step tutorial system and a done-for-you service hybrid program that is into one, to where you learn to do exactly what I just showed you, but we also set everything up for you, get it running for you, so that you can start learning from a system that will for sure work, right? So just to explain what the Ecom mentor program is it's how to start your own private label dropshipping business and get your first sales in 42 days. It's a 6-week online training program that goes into everything in detail, and a 12-month task-based membership that guides you step by step. So at this point, basically, we set everything up for you, and then over 12 months, we guide you and then manage everything as well. So we are trying to hand over everything to you at the end, but the goal is that we build something together, while by giving you tasks to do, and then we make sure that it's functioning and performing properly and going from there. So you get recorded videos, worksheets, templates, swipe files, so that you can shortcut your success by years. You can log in and access this anytime. It's designed to change you and your life and your finances. So this training and program is like nothing else you've ever seen before. It is a perfectly engineered change agent. I've come up with a process that really kind of just takes away the complexity of launching products online, and have been able to create a system that gives you a new paradigm shift in your mindset that will get you to focus on very simple strategic steps that will allow you to actually see results very quickly in such a short period of time. And we have expert mentoring over 12 months. So it's an incredible opportunity for you to not only get step-by-step help over a long period of time to be able to be committed to what you're trying to do, but also get it set up and running for you and making sure that it's working and performing the way it should be. So I spent 6 years of my life figuring out what works and what doesn't when it comes to making money online from absolute scratch. And to acquire this knowledge and develop this training program to this level has cost me more than $100,000 personally. And there's been 16 different iterations of this training program to get it where it is today. It's been tested by hundreds of people from all over the world who've got amazing results. And in very simply, it is my life's work. And here's what really we're going to be focusing on when we jump into the 6 month ramp up. First of all, in the first week, we got fundamentals and your account set up. So as soon as you enroll, we're going to get you to a bunch of content, and then we're going to tell you some tasks that need to happen so that we can get connected into your account so that we can start getting everything set up for you, and then tell you what needs to happen so that you can start the process based off of what your product is. If you already have one already, start working with that. If you don't, then we'll help you start private labeling the one we choose. Week 2 is we would get your email list building and then work on your product development. Week 3, we would actually have the goal of launching a mock-up. So we would actually work on building your pre-launch list for your private label product. And then we would actually, on week 4, for sure, be able to launch your private label product. The ads would have pictures of your product with your logo on it. It's everything. It's your product, ready to go. And everything from this point is focused on selling your product as much as possible. And then from week 5 beyond is just scaling and working with your ads, because that's the only thing that really is involved in this whole business model. Once you get that part set up, is just getting ads that are going to start performing like we just saw before. And week 6 and beyond is we will be giving you tasks that you will need to follow, that's going to walk you through what you need to do. But we'll say, okay, now let's do this, and we are in your accounts every day, making sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do, staying on focus, staying on track, and then making sure that what you're doing. And then I'll turn stuff off, I'll turn stuff on, I'll make sure your ads are looking good. If they're not, I'll correct them. We just go in there and make little subtle changes and then tell you what happens so that you can learn through the process. But the goal is to just make sure that you're not wasting your money when you're running ads, right? So we can achieve more in 6 weeks than most people can achieve really in 10 years for sure. So now let's talk about another huge component of this. And most people join these programs, they learn to do what is supposed to happen, and then they never actually follow through. So this is why it's developed in this way, so that you can be running ads and have to actually continue doing this and be committed. Why don't people do this? They join a program and attempt to change their life and business, but their current environment is not set up to assist in that transformation. Their friends, family, etc., all doubt them, and they speak a different language, but they inhabit different worlds. When you go against your environment, things are challenging beyond belief, and most people give up because it's just too hard. I experienced this. I mean, in some ways, being an entrepreneur is a very solo thing. So I still experience this in some ways by being alone. But I sat in this pain, and it plagued my existence for years until I figured out what the problem was. And the problem was you need to be in a community that is on the same wavelength as you, speak the same language as you, and having the same life mission as you, and have mentorship that helps guide you and keep you focused. You need to be around people who build you up instead of break you down. And this is exactly why I built the Ecom Mentor Program, because I'm going to keep you focused and keep you built up. This is not your typical course or any sort of service. Here's a thing, and then you got to go do it all, okay? This is a byproduct of 6 years of work. It's an absolute mastery in the field and 16 different iterations, hundreds of thousands of dollars in personal investment, and it's like nothing else that exists today. So let's summarize everything for you. Inside of the Ecom Mentor Program, it's a 6-week implementation program to where we're going to get you set up, get you understanding everything that is going to be happening over the next year, and get you settled in, get your ads running, get your email list going, get your product developed, and then get you focused on just selling. That is going to involve a new paradigm that will provide profound change in your mind and in your life. We're going to build you a Shopify store. We're going to be inside of your Facebook ads account for 12 months, looking in there, making sure your ads are performing properly and they're looking good. And you'll be able to access the mentorship through Facebook, through Q&A calls, through emails. We'll be directing you and telling you what to do all the time. This, you could imagine, is very much worth, and many people have paid $6,000 for access to this Ecom program. And really, I should be charging this, and I easily could be charging this, but it's a steal at $6. And I'm going to do something special for everybody that's invested this much time watching this today, because I really do appreciate you. And I think if you are interested in doing something online, or you're interested in taking what you're doing to the next level, I have a very clear strategy that helps you without having to spend a ton of money on ads. Develop something over time. I'm not promising overnight riches or promising something that's going to happen super quick. I'm promising that it will happen if you are consistent in spending low and slow. I'm going to offer you this program at a price that's honestly very insanely ridiculous, okay? And that is, you'll get lifetime access to all of the content, plus I give you a ton of extra bonus content I don't even mention on here because I don't have time to mention how much extra bonus content you get. And you get lifetime access to that, to a private Google Drive that never goes away. The Google Drive is there forever, and the link that you have can never be taken down. So you have access to that forever, and you don't need to log in, nothing like that. For $1,000, $999, $2,000. Sorry, I can never say that correctly because I've been talking for a long time on this. But thank you for hanging in there. If you would like to enroll, you can go to ecommentorprogram.com to get access to this. And the main thing that's going to happen as soon after you enroll is we're going to get access to your accounts and be able to get your email list up and running really within the first 24 to 48 hours. And within the first week, you're going to have some real business assets built for you faster than you could ever do yourself, for sure. And I'm also willing to stand behind all of this 100%. And that's why, if you go through this program, watch content, complete the exercises, let me create ads for you, and you take action, you should get profitable sales within 3 months, spending $5 a day on ads. But just in case you're a little bit skeptical, I want to offer you a 12-month guaranteed profit money back guarantee, which means that if after 12 months you don't make a profit at all, I'll refund you 100% the enrollment for the mentorship. Because I know for sure that if you spend $5 to $10 a day on ads, if you're committed to doing that for 12 months, I will make sure the strategy stays on point to where you will get profitable sales. Profitable sales for sure. Go to ecommentorprogram.com to get access to this now. If you want, this is only available through this link. You can only go there to get access to this at this special price through this webinar. If you try to get access to this otherwise, it will be not available. So if you have questions, you can go back to the page that this video is on. There's going to be a little chat guy in the corner, and you can click on that, and then you can chat us your questions. Operators are standing by, looking forward to working with you, looking forward to helping you. This is something that I know will transform your learning and your doing, because you're going to be learning from doing, but the doing that you're going to be learning from is going to be very highly performing, very, very focused, so that when you scale it and grow it, it's going to keep scaling and growing with you. So I appreciate you really hanging in there with me. Check your email. I'll be sending you a link, and I look forward to having you join me in the Ecom Mentor program. Let me know if you got any questions. Otherwise, I'll see you in the program. Thanks so much.